Okay, so you've always heard me say that I'm an instinctive shooter, and for me, it works really well for shooting at targets 23 yards and under. Um, it's I personally don't think it's the best aiming style for shooting at longer yardages than that. It's just me. That's my opinion. Um, but even as an instinctive shooter, what you should do and learn, and it's another tool to put in your toolbox, is your point of aim. So if I'm shooting instinctive, I'm kind of looking at exactly the spot I want on the target that I want my arrow to hit. I'm just focused on that exact dot, and through practice and taking thousands of shots, I'm able to do it. But again, that for me only works up into about 23 yards, and then I'm kind of guessing. I need to aim, say at 25 yards. I need to aim 3 or 4 inches above where I actually want the arrow to hit. It can get very confusing. So if you learn your point of aim, which is an aiming style, that when you're at full draw and you put the tip of your arrow where you want it to hit, that's using your point of aim. So you need to figure out what your yardage is for your point of aim, because when you're full draw, it's going to be different for me than for somebody else. Someone else's point of aim when they're aiming with the tip of their arrow could be 40 yards. Someone else, it could be 45. I guess someone else, it could be 30. For me, it happens to be 32 yards. Is right about where my point of aim is. So I put inserts on the tips of my arrow. So when I'm talking about my personal way of using point of aim, I'm aiming by my insert. So today what I'm going to do is take a 32-yard shot for you on that yellow balloon on that deer. And I have that set up at 32 yards so that I can work on this type of shot. But when you're working on further yardage and you're aiming using something on your bow, whether it's a sight or your arrow, using something that's on your bow and you're actually aiming using something, you're going to be better off, especially with longer yardage. There's string walking. That's an aiming technique. You could look into that. I'm not going to go explain that because it's not something that I even use. I'm aware of how it works, but it's not my cup of tea. So again, when I'm shooting instinctively, I'm only looking at the dot. I'm not looking really where my arrow is in terms of my picture window. But this shot right now that I'm going to take, again, for me, my point of aim is I'm aiming with my insert. I'm putting that exactly where I want it, and hopefully that's where my arrow is going to go. And that, for me, is 32 yards. So I know if, say, I'm at a 3D hunt tomorrow, and I have to take a 40-yard shot, I'm going to want to put the tip of my arrow or that insert probably on, say, the back of that target, and then my arrow's going to sink down towards the heart. But once you learn that point of aim, it's just a different tool for you to put in your toolbox if you're shooting one of these types of bows, and it's just a good thing to know. So hopefully I can pull off this shot. It's real windy. Look, I'm already making up excuses, but hopefully you can see it. That insert for me is gold, and that's what I'm going to put right on that balloon and make my normal shot. So here we go, 32 yards on that yellow balloon using point of aim. And we got it. So it is a good system to learn. It's just another, like I said, tool to put in your toolbox. If you're going to hunt with these, types of bows, you know, long bows, recurves, even if you're an instinctive shooter, you should know your point of aim. Alright, hope you all enjoyed this and can use it. Take care, have a great day.